Ross Brom's. Now I've been told it's Broom or Brome. How do I do it? Broom on this side of the room and Brome on the other side of the room. So I'm somewhere in between. Being a chicken farmer, I'm halfway in between here. But anyway, Kevin is Ross's youngest child and his only son. He is a licensed minister with the Church of God and has had an opportunity to use his love of music, and I might say his gift of music from God, passed down from his father and the other father up top, in a variety of venues, community fundraiser events, youth camps, and church services. He has recently celebrated his 20th wedding anniversary and is a proud father of 3 children. Kevin is already on the stage with us this time, so at this time I'm pleased to read read Ross's biography for this evening. Ross Brome was born in Lockport, Nova Scotia, 1933. He developed a love of music at an early age, largely through the influence and the encouragement of his mother, an accomplished pianist, as well as his father and 5 siblings, Harley, Arthur, Evangeline, Bobby, and Richard. At the age of 9, Ross began playing guitar and played locally at every opportunity, from concerts to garden parties. Ross became the most versatile guitarist in Eastern Canada, providing solid rhythm and solid guitar playing for bands of all genres. This led to his appearance on radio stations across Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Quebec, and Ontario. In 1976, Ross was awarded the Canadian Guitarist of the Year Award in Montreal, Quebec. Due to his exceptional mastery of fingerstyle guitar, Ross was extremely popular with showmen from down south and was sought after by many American groups on tour. Ross made his television debut on the ever-popular Don Mester Show at CBC. He then joined CJCH-TV in Halifax and also appeared weekly in The Countrymen, a background group for TV and road concerts. Ross was a staff musician for CHAU-TV in Carleton, Quebec, and later moved to Antigonish, Nova Scotia, where he worked as a musician and cameraman for the local cable station, where he and Rosanna became husband and wife. Ross regularly wrote arrangements and material for many local and national shows. As a result, mail was received from across Canada praising for his talents. In his retirement, Ross used his musical talents to entertain and uplift those in retirement homes and did fundraisers for worthwhile causes and brought enjoyment to all around him. He passed along his love for music to his 4 children, Sharon, Merrill, Barbara, and Kevin. Ross passed away in 2009 and was missed by everybody in his family, but he's missed above all by the musical community. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for the 3rd inductee for the Nova Scotia Country Music Hall of Fame, Ross. So Kevin is here. Changing around to find out who's all here. This is the young fellow right here. That's the pastor, and he's going to receive the awards from Carol and the minister.
Kevin, we're glad that you could be here, and on behalf of the Nova Scotia Country Music Hall of Fame, I'm pleased to present your dad's certificate of induction into the Hall of Fame. And like I said, we're proud that you're here all the way from Ontario to do an honor for your dad, and that you brought your sisters with you.
Kevin, on behalf of the province of Nova Scotia, I would like to say thank you for traveling to our province, and thank you to your sisters for being here this evening. And it is an honor to give this in your father's memory, and you do know he's here today in spirit watching over you. And I know that he has passed along that talent to your family for you to carry it on, and of course for you to carry on the good word of our Lord. Thank you very much for being here.
play a song. This is my dad. Issue thanks to the Nova Scotia Country Music Hall of Fame for honoring my father this year. As it was mentioned, my father passed away last year in November 2009, and I'd gotten a call from Carol probably in December that he was being honored, and that was a very sweet call for me. We had just lost Dad and we were grieving, and I just want to say thank you to Carol. She organized this whole thing. She did such a tremendous job. I want to wish my greatest thanks to the committee here for honoring him and for doing this and honoring the people of Nova Scotia who have offered their gifts and talents to this great province and this great country. My father has given me my love of music, and it's funny, I was just talking with my sister and I was trying to explain to her, her sons as well have taken up music, and my dad has done a great job of passing that on, that gift down through the generations in this family. And we were discussing music, and the love of music for me, listening to a great song and just the way that it's put together is like savoring a piece of food that just tastes so good. And when my ears begin to hear it, it's like the flavor that dances on your tongue when you've just tasted something that is so delicious. And for me, that's how I describe music for me when I'm listening. The stuff that I've heard tonight has been tremendous. It's been a real treat for my ears tonight. I know it's very hot in here. I don't think it's just because of the people that are here tonight, but I think it's because of the talent that is represented here tonight. This place is on fire. And you know, I'm not the guitar player that my father is, and I sing. My dad was an instrumentalist, and he played a lot of Chet Atkins music, And I took up a little bit different style, although I certainly love to listen to him play. On the other side of that, my father, one of the greatest pastimes that my father loved to do was to hunt. He was a phenomenal hunter, and he was an excellent marksman. I saw many deer go down with one shot, running down the field. Yeah, amazed at the incredible shot that he made. And he's with me today. I carry him around with me. Every now and then when I'm driving the car, I'll catch my eyes in the rearview mirror and see my father staring back at me. And it's just little reminders that although he's no longer with us here, I carry him here with me every day. My dad was also a real jokester. He loved to play pranks on people, especially some of the guys that he used to travel with in the band. And I'll share just two little pranks that he had played. One particular prank he had played on a couple of guys that were very superstitious. And my dad had them up all night, and he had been sharing these ghost stories. And, after he figured he had them really creeped out, he waited till they went to sleep. And this is when he's a young man, and so he waited till they were just, getting to sleep. And he went outside, and there was this old post that ran alongside the house, and it was cold. And he held his hands on there for about 5 minutes till his hands were icy cold. Then he crawled into the bedroom and proceeded to reach under the covers and grab one of their legs. At which point they woke up and just about passed out. The one fellow got up and run right out of the room. Another time they had a minister over with his wife, and my dad had waited till they had just gotten settled, and he had crawled into the room and had tied a string to the covers, and then crept out of the room with the string just outside the doors, and slowly began to pull the covers off. At which point, Reverend Langell then screamed at his wife, "Give me back those covers!" And he'd wait, and they'd pull back the covers and get settled, and then he'd wait for a little bit, and he'd start pulling those strings. Well, needless to say, Reverend Langell began, after a little while of this repetitious, he began to think there was something going on that was just kind of unnatural. And he began to pray. So he has left us with many memories, many laughs, and he will forever be remembered. And I just want to thank this committee for honoring him. And now that his memory will be honored in the Hank Snow Museum, I think that's just great. And it's just a wonderful legacy that is going to be remembered by this province. Thank you very much. Now, I was so glad to hear our first inductee mention that he was doing gospel music. And very well know that country music's roots come out of gospel music. And so tonight, we're going to do a few old hymns. My dad had taken some hymns and done them just a little bit differently. I used to love the way he would take some of these older hymns and jazz them up a little bit. And we're going to do How Beautiful Heaven Must Be. How beautiful heaven must be, sweet home of the happy and free, fair haven of rest for the weary. How beautiful heaven must be. and no drooping, no pining, no wishing or elsewhere to be. God's light is forever there shining. How beautiful heaven must be. How beautiful heaven must be. Sweet home of the happy and free. Fair haven of rest for the weary. How beautiful heaven must be. Pure waters of life there are flowing, and all who will drink may be free. Rare jewels of splendor are glowing. How beautiful heaven must be. How beautiful heaven must be. Sweet home of the happy and free. Fair haven of rest for the weary. How beautiful heaven must be. The angels so sweetly are singing, up there by the beautiful sea. Sweet chords from their gold harps are ringing. How beautiful heaven must be. Come on, put your hands together. How beautiful heaven must be. Sweet home of the happy and free. Fair haven of rest for the weary. How beautiful heaven must be. How beautiful heaven must be. Sweet home of the happy and free. Fair haven of rest for the weary. How beautiful heaven must be. This next song we're going to do is called The Old Rugged Cross Made the Difference.
Was alive through harshness and good.
Hang on, could you start that again, please?
I'm sorry, I got the words wrong.
Sorry, it's track one. Technical difficulties.
Was alive through aimless desperation. Without hope, walked the shed of a man. And I with nail prints stretched downward, just one touch, and a new life began.
Oh, but now those walls ring with love, warmth, and laughter. Since the dear of life moved inside, now there's no room. Feel sad ash faces without hope. Death has wrapped them in gloom. Oh, but at the sight of a saint's face, rejoicing, the night can't be sealed in a tomb. Oh, heavy gold, rugged cross made the difference in a life bound for heartache and defeat. I will praise Him forever and ever. For the cross made the difference for me. Yes, the cross made the difference for me. For me. This next song was a song my father wrote many years ago. And being raised with gospel music, I later discovered this song on an old recording that he had. It's not one that I was familiar with as a child, but as I began to get a little bit older and probably into my young teens, I've been listening to some recordings my father had done. And this was one of them that my mother had sang on the recording with my dad. I wish I had it here tonight, but my sister and I are going to do it for you tonight. praise to Him who reigns above, the one who washed us in His blood. All praise to Him who reigns above, the one who washed us in His blood. This next song I wrote a couple years ago. My brother-in-law, my sister's husband, passed away a few years ago with Lou Gehrig's disease. And Gordon had often encouraged me to do music, to maybe do a CD. And I kept putting it off and putting it off. And finally, when I had decided to do a CD, he had passed away before it was completed. And I wrote this song afterwards. And it was a hard time for me. I think it was the first time I really lost somebody who was close to me. And I began to experience death in a different way. Gordon was younger than I was, and so that was even harder. But to see him go through this struggle with pride, he kept his dignity, because that's the kind of a disease that really strips you of your dignity, takes your motor skills away. And in a sense will rob you of who you are. But Gordon held strong in those things. Anyways, I found myself in this grief-stricken state, and these words kind of came to me about a year later. And they were kind of a bit appealing for me. A lot of questions when we lose somebody. Questions, why? And we like to ask God those questions. Why, God? Sometimes we don't get the answers here. I know one day I will find it. This song is for you. A few years have gone by. It's hard, but I try to understand all of God's perfect plan. When He took you away on that summer day, answers I cried, Lord, please tell me why. I can't believe that you are gone, but you are where you belong. I can't wait till then, the day I see you again. Memories I have, I'll keep the good and leave the bad, 'cause in the blink of an eye, life can just pass you by. And through it all you showed me grace, I can see it in your face. believe that you are gone, but you are where you belong. I can't wait till then, the day I see you again. I can't believe that you are gone, but you are where you belong. I can't wait till then, the day I see you again. This next song I just wrote. This is a song I wrote for my dad. And it took me a whole weekend to write this song, and I cried a lot of tears as I wrote it. And one of the things my father and I used to love to do was to go hunting. And when I was old enough to go hunting, I became my dad's hunting partner. We spent many times sitting in a deer blind, sipping coffee from a thermos, just waiting for that big old buck to walk out and show his face. And there were some times that my dad's health had not permitted him to get out and walk anymore. And being a young man, it was kind of hard for me to just kind of sit in the truck and watch over a field. I had to get out and walk around and beat the bushes and oftentimes scare things up for him to shoot. Anyways, these are memories that I have. And the song is called I Remember. Late into November, I'll never see your face again. I still recall our conversation, making plans for the end. But in my heart I couldn't believe it. I still had my own life to live. It's just so hard to conceive it. I wish you'd had more time to give. But there is so much I remember, like that first big hunting trip, like hunting rabbits in December, the rocks you showed me how to skip, like getting up for the sunrise, being tired but glad we did, and reminiscing in the deer blind, and sipping coffee as we hid. Now I feel